Hey everybody, RC here. A couple of days ago, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and we started talking about AI and how it's just changing everything. And I'm doing a lot of work at the New High School, Syracuse University, with AI and education and how to be able to kind of push this forward. For as much as I am, worried about the robots coming, I also think that we're in a position where we can really make some transformative change in a lot of different spaces. But one of the things that I've noticed a lot is that there still is a large amount of people that don't really know or see or understand just how much can be done using things like ChatGPT. So I was like, well, like you could do this and you could do this and you could do this. And this person was just like, I didn't even know that you could do half of that stuff. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to try an experiment, right? Haven't done it before. Got a couple pictures. And I was like, let me just show something that's possible. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but let's just try it. So inside of here, I'm going to go into Edge and I'm just going to go to chat.openai.com. Now, inside of here, there's a whole bunch of different things that I'm working on, right? And I'm going to talk about, making GPTs and things like that and what I'm excited about. But probably one of the first things that I think that everybody sees is like the whole, give me a recipe for chicken, let me know how to be able to do this. And they're very small things, right? So it's like go out and mine it, no different than you would inside of Google. But you can ask for information of your own stuff, right? Check this out. So I have a picture here, right, of a dog, my dog, right? Simple picture, right? I'm just going to grab this picture and I'm just going to drag it inside of here. And I'm going to be as generic as possible, right? Can you give me feedback on this picture I made? So because of the multimodality, right, it knows how to be able to decode the picture and then say something about it. Oh, what a delightful photo. You captured a beautiful moment with this dog. Okay. Composition is well balanced. Thanks. Dog is centered, but not too rigidly. Okay. If you're looking for areas to improve, focus and sharpness, ensure the eyes are in focus, angle and perspective, action shots. If it was moving, that could be. Make any pet owner cherish. Okay. That's not bad, right? But can we take it a step further, right? Right? What kind of things could I do in Photoshop to make this better? So, levels and curves adjustments using these tools. Okay, that's not bad. All right, color and balance. All right, some sharpening, some dodging and burning. Okay, so now, as a person who's taught a lot of this stuff, right? I spent a ton of time with Kelby Media Group, right? And I'm like, all right, well, that's great. Now, it's offering all of these different things. I got to go learn how to do it, right? And you got to go to, do all of that kind of stuff. But do you? Right? Like, it's giving a bunch of different things here. And it's saying keys, pros, processing, is subtlety. Okay, got it. That'll be great. How about this? I'm not really familiar with Photoshop, though. Could you write some of this stuff into a JavaScript file so that I can run it as an action? Notice that I spelled it wrong, right? A lot of the times people are like, oh, I got to be worried about spelling. Not really, right? Because it does understand. It even understands typos. But look, oh, look at that. Quite complex, right? You have to understand the API and you have to understand Photoshop, but it's giving it a shot, right? That's actually kind of neat. Okay, creates a new levels adjustment layer and a sharpening effect using unsharp mask. And it even tells me how to run it. Okay, great. So, what if I don't know how to copy and paste or how to be able to do that stuff? Could you provide me a download for this file? Like, I don't have a text editor. I don't really know what to do. Like, I don't, like, I just want to grab it and run and do it. Oh, wow. Okay. So there it is. Download the Photoshop file. Okay. Click. There's the file. I'm going to drag it over here to my desktop. Now I got it. Now I'm going to go into Photoshop. I'll go ahead and I'll open this file. Let's go ahead and just open up the dog picture. Now that I have that there, I'm going to go to File, Scripts, and then Browse. And I'm going to go to my desktop. Oh, undefined is not an object. That's not good. All right, let's go back over here. Hey, I got this error message. And then I'm going to come over here. I'm going to copy that as well. Oh, okay. Oh, look at that. So it knows that there was a problem, and it goes, hey, it's assuming that there's these kinds of things that need to happen, and I'm just going to copy that code. Oh, actually, no. Hey, can you give me a download for that one? So there's my corrected script. I'm going to take that file, and I want to put it over here. And now I'm going to go back into Photoshop. There's my error for that. And I'm going to go to Scripts, Browse, and I'm going to run the corrected script. Okay, so it looks like it applied the unsharp mask. Not bad. Now if I go over here, I just want to be able to go check. I'm going to go to History. Yeah, so it looks like it did it. Now, this is a very simple example, right? It's just one thing, right? I could ask it to write a script that says, all right, well, take the background layer and darken it and invert it and do all these kinds of things, and then it can do the script for you. That's not too bad. All right, let's see. Let me go back over here real quick. And what about comparisons, right? I said, I have a picture that seems to have an effect on it of the same dog. Based on that picture, could you tell me what was done to it so I can figure out how to do it in Photoshop? Sure. Upload the picture. Okay. Let's go find it. Inside of here, there is the sample dog picture, right? And all I did was just kind of do some temperature adjustments and some vignetting and things like that. Just going to put that in there. Let's see. So now it's doing comparisons, right? It remembers the first one. It looks at the second one. Let's see how it does. Oh, wow. Vintage or sepia tone. All right, so I picked that up. There's a vignette. It looks like there's a softening, grain or noise, subtle graininess of the picture, some sort of contrast adjustment. The saturation may have been reduced. Huh. Okay. All of this stuff can be done using Photoshop. So now I've done that, and I've done that comparison. So now I'm using it as a comparative tool. I've used it for feedback. I've used it for scripting. I'm going to try one more thing. Can you create a develop preset for me to use in Lightroom? Oh, it doesn't know how to be able to do it. So it gives me all of these skills to be able to kind of figure this out. Some split toning, some HSL. After making the adjustments, then click on the plus. So it's giving me all this tutorial. Now, mind you, if you were doing this on your phone, it would actually speak it back to you, right? So I like using it on my phone quite a bit. So that's kind of neat. All right, so that's cool. But I think we can do one better, right? So what I did was, inside of here, right, I'm going to go inside of Lightroom. I'm going to just try this, I'm thinking. I'll just go to my Lightroom thing real quick here. And inside of here, I probably have no pictures. That's fine. Let me turn this off. And I made this one arcade weekend preset, right? It's just a weird preset that I'm using for the classroom in a book. Doesn't really matter what it is, really. But I'm going to right click on this one and I'm going to go to export. I'm going to export that over to the desktop. And then I'm just going to close this. Skip that. So now here's my preset. If I do a space bar, there it is. And if you really, really want to see, right, I'm going to open that preset, that XMP file. All presets are just XML files. Right? So if you look, right, it's just one giant structured XML file. Right? That happens to be labeled XMP. Right? So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to say, I think you can make this for me. I am going to attach the following XMP file. This file is structured as an XML file for use as a develop preset in Lightroom. Based on this XML structure, could you try to create that preset for me? And I'm going to grab that. I'm going to grab that arcade weekend that I made. I'm going to put it in here. And because I tend to be anal, I'm going to do that. I'll send that message out. So now it's using that XML structure as a guide. It created a new XML file and then adjusted all of that stuff here in the vintage sepia Lightroom preset. I can click on this. I can download the file. It made it as an XMP file, so that's cool. I'll put it inside of here. Now, inside of Photoshop, I'm just going to go ahead and just open that dog file that I had. And I'm going to go inside of here and filter, and I'm going to go to Camera Raw filter, because the Camera Raw filter should allow me to be able to work with some presets. So it does do some vignette. It does add some grain. Okay, not bad, right? So now I just ran this inside of Camera Raw because it's the same thing, right? I mean, I could just as well put this inside of Lightroom and just canceled it out. But so far, seems like it's running okay, right? So there's a lot of different things that we can do inside of this that are kind of interesting, right? Theoretically, like I'm doing this on a step-by-step, but I could take this even further, right? Theoretically, I could come over here under the Explore GPT section and I can create my own GPT. And then I can say, well, what do I want this GPT to do? I want the GPT to ask a person to upload a picture and give it a critique. If the person is interested in learning more about how to perfect their photography, I can offer feedback to specific things to do in Photoshop. When possible, I can create presets for the person to use that are based on the XML structure of a preset file written as XMP. So now let's change some of this. Structure, upload. Oh, I gotta put. if the person is not familiar with common photography concepts for composition, you can offer them some suggestions for learning. And if I need a specific knowledge, I'm just going to come over here under the knowledge, and I'm going to give it the vintage sepia tone so that it understands how to be able to use that. And I'm going to give it the corrected JavaScript file so that it knows how to be able to do that as well. And once that's done, I'm going to come over here and click on Save. I'm going to save this for myself. All right, so now I'm going to call this Picture Master. And then save that for myself and confirm. So look at that. So now I have this, and you know what? I'm going to give myself some prompts here. I'm just going to go conversation starters. Upload a file, and I can offer a critique. Do you have a file that you want me to make a preset for? I'm just going to update that. And now that I have that, look, I've just created my own GPT and upload a file. Okay, great. And then I can do that, or Picture Master. So I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to go to the sample dog. I'm going to add this. Oh, it's even nice. So now it makes some corrections. I've built all of that. And the cool part about this is, like, you're doing this so that you can actually see the capacity of this. Oh, if you want to do this, yes, please. And again, keep in mind, this is a very, like, we're talking about the tip of the iceberg. You're still at the very, very tip. This is just kind of scratching the very, very basic surface because we're just asking these general questions. But I kind of wanted to just talk a little bit about the whole multimodality, right? Like, it sees a picture, it decodes it, offers some sort of feedback based on the corpus, right? The knowledge that it has. It then can take one picture and then take a second picture and then do some sort of comparative analysis. It knows how to be able to code. It knows how to be able to learn based on a structure that you give it, right? Some modeling that you're doing. And all of that stuff could be wrapped into a custom GPT that you could make that's based on your own style. And the instructions that we gave it were like this big, right? There are people that can put thousands of words inside of here. And if you take a look at all of the advances, like those tokens, right, the amount of stuff that you can put is even larger and larger and larger. So now I have downloaded the enhanced dog photo preset. I can go, can you show me some similar pictures, some similar photographs for inspiration on what to shoot next with my dog? And now it's going out and it's trying to be able to make images for this. All right. So clear outdoor shot, similar settings and activities. It's snowing here though. Now notice, I didn't ask it to make a picture with snow, right? It made a picture and then I just gave it more context. So I wonder what it's going to do now. Okay. So now it gives me a new idea, right? And these become jump points. So I just wanted to cover that real quick. But again, just scratching the surface, right? I could take this entire thing and translate it into a ton of different languages. So think about how many people we can serve that are not English speaking, right? So we can ask it for feedback. We could ask it for specific coding help. We can structure code on it. We can do comparative analysis. We can have it download files for us. And that is still just the tip of the iceberg. Imagine the kinds of things that we could actually create now or use as points of inspiration with something like this.